All right, so what I was discovering when I was trying to figure out how to do your scheduling is that because you have other classes and work obligations, or you don't know when your classes are, I decided what we're going to do is actually do these speech deliveries during class, which is how we would have done it if we were in a regular seated session. So I'm going to go back to that. And if you are not, actually, we're not going to meet in class. Instead, what we're going to be doing is meeting in the Collaborate, all right? And what we're going to do is only, you're going to do your speech presentation. I will record your speech, and then I will upload it for your classmates to see to do the assignment down here. So let me explain this all the way through and see if this makes sense, and if you have questions, let me know. All right, so what I will do today is you're going to sign up for either the 28th or the 5th. Those are your regular Monday class meetings. Now, we have 5 people in the class, so if we do it on the hour and half hour and quarter hour, that will mean that one person will need to do it a little bit after class. So if you are able to stay after class on one of those days to deliver your speech, and you're still going to be doing it from home or from a remote place, or you could do it in the classroom if you wanted to on your laptop. So think about that, and we're going to go through and schedule. I'm actually going to give priority to 3 people who already signed up, and if they are in this class. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So then what's going to happen is I'm going to grade your outlines based on the schedule. So if you schedule to do your speech next Monday, then I'm going to get you your graded feedback on your speech ASAP, so that you're going to be able to do any kind of edits and fine tuning and things like that before you actually present it. All right. Then you will need to see 4 classmates this time. Now, I am going to do a formal graded rubric on your speech delivery, and I am going to give that to you pretty much the day after you deliver your speech, so that you can go right in and take a look at it. And then when you get feedback from your peers, you can compare what they say to what I've said. All right. So you're going to need to pick 4 classmates out of this section and B section to watch their videos and give them feedback using the same methodology that we used for the special occasion speech. But what I want you to focus on is language and delivery. That's what this particular speech is all about. We're really interested in how do you deliver this speech. Now, you need to be standing up when you give this speech. This is not a sit down. So I'm going to be your audience, but you need to be standing up, your video camera level with you. And that's why I'm saying if you want to just do it in this classroom, you can do that. All right, so we'll kind of talk through that and figure that out. Okay, you do have a paper that's due, and this is really about a 1.5 page paper, double spaced, for you to do this analysis. All right. Okay, so let me look at who has already tried to sign up. You're in this class. Let's see. All right, so first of all, Andrea, are you here?
Yes.
Joseph?
Yeah, here.
Jackson?
Here.
John?
Yep.
Julia?
Yep.
Leona?
Here.
Eric?
Here.
Elizabeth?
Here.
Ella,
Here.
and Brandon.
Here.
All right, terrific. Okay, so I am seeing that, okay, Cassandra signed up. She's in the other section. Rachel, in the other section. Julia,
Yep.
you get first dibs. Which day would you like to do it at what time? At either 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30, or 1:45 or 2?
That's on what? That's on the 5th? Or, okay, got it.
We could do either 28th or 5th.
I'll do October 5th.
Oh,
And I can do
at what time?
anytime. Yeah, anytime works. So we can do,
All right, so you could do it later
yeah.
at 2 o'clock?
Yeah, that probably works better.
All right, so I'm going to put you down for 2 o'clock. I'm sorry, on Monday. Monday the 5th at 2 o'clock. Okay. 2 o'clock is Julia. Okay, and Julia, are you going to do it on campus or from home?
Probably from home because I have things that probably from home.
Okay, so you'll do it from home, but you're going to be doing it through Collaborate, all right?
Okay.
All right, so we've got you scheduled and you are on Monday the 5th. So I'm going to put right here, speech day. Now, if you are a no-show, you get a 0, period, the end.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, and that's it. So it's now duking it out among yourselves to decide who wants to go next.
I'll go.
Okay, and you are Elizabeth. Okay, when do you want to go, Elizabeth?
I'll go on the 5th as well, so I can practice more.
Okay, and what time?
1:45.
Okay, all right.
I can practice.
1:45 is Elizabeth. Okay, are you going to do it from here or at home?
At home.
All right, so I have you speech day on the 5th. Okay, excellent. All right, who wants to jump in?
I'll go the 28th.
Oh, yay. And who said that? Hold on one second. Let me go back to seeing you guys. I'm sorry, who said it?
Ella.
Ella. Okay. So Ella, you've got the 28th. And what time do you want?
1:30.
1:30. Okay. And Ella, are you going to do it from campus or home?
If I do it from campus, I still use my laptop, right?
Yeah, you're still going to do it Collaborate.
I have to do it here because I have another class on.
Okay, you'd rather do it here? Okay. Okay, that's great. You'll just need to, if you do it in the classroom, that's fine. Just make sure nobody bothers you.
Okay.
And by the way, if you happen to be here supporting her and watching it, then you can just go ahead and use that audience opportunity to do your critique. You don't have to wait to see it uploaded.
We use your class. You have to find one.
Yeah, you still have to write it up, but still. All right. Who's next?
I'll go next. Brandon.
Okay, Brandon, hold on 1 second. Oh, I have Ella. Wait a minute, did I just get screwed up? Okay, Ella, you've got 1:30 on the 28th, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Brandon, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll also go on the 28th.
Okay, yay. And Brandon, what time do you want?
I can come at 2.
At 2. Awesome. All right, and Brandon, on campus or home?
I'll do it on campus.
All right, you guys may be able to do it all together. Right there in that room. All right. Next,
Hey,
Eric.
who is me yelling?
Eric.
Eric. Eric, I got your application for a recommendation, and yes, I will do it.
Thanks, Queen.
You're welcome.
Mine on the 28th at 1:45 here.
Oh, 1:45 on the 28th, Eric. Cool. All right, so Eric, speech day. Okay, next.
Hello.
What's your name?
Jonah.
All right, and which day do you want?
I got 28.
Yes. And which time?
1 o'clock.
Which one? 1?
Yes.
1 o'clock, Leona, 28th. Okay, 1 o'clock. Leona, are you going to do it from here or home?
I'll do it here.
Ah, you guys are going to be a full house. That is so cool. All right. I have one more slot for the 28th.
Andrea. But I want to do the 5th.
You want to do the 5th? Okay, who yelled that out?
Andrea.
Did I hear Andrea?
Yes.
Andrea, you're in my ACA class, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you want to do it on the 5th,
Yes.
okay? And what, Andrea?
Is 1:30 available?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll do that.
1:30, Andrea. Home or class?
Um,
Okay. All right. All right, I'm just going to start going down the list now. Joseph,
Yes, ma'am.
where do you want to do it? Which day?
The 5th.
Want to do the 5th?
Yeah.
All right. And what time? I have 1 o'clock, 1:15.
Oh, I'll do it at 1:15.
1:15?
Yeah.
Okay. And Joseph, home or on campus?
Campus.
Yay. All right. Jackson,
The 5th.
the 5th?
Yeah.
All right. And I have 1 o'clock, 2:15,
2:15.
2:15
Yeah.
on campus or from home?
From home.
All right, John,
I can do like the time.
which one?
The 5th.
On the 5th?
Yep.
And do you want to do 1 o'clock or 2:30?
1 o'clock's good.
1 o'clock?
Yeah.
All right. Home or on campus?
I'll do it from home.
All right, and that leaves Elizabeth.
I signed up for one already.
Oh, you did? What time?
On the 5th at 1:45.
Hold on, I messed up. Oh, I do have you. Okay, then you know what? I messed up. Let me go through everybody. Okay, so let me see if I have this right. Andrea, the 5th, Joseph, the 5th, Jackson, the 5th, John, the 5th, Julia, the 5th, Elizabeth, the 5th.
Yep. Yes.
All right, and so I have 6 on the day. And Leona, I have you, the rest, Leona, Eric, Ella, and Brandon are all on the 28th. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. And let me just do one more time with the actual times. Okay, Leona, 28th, 1 o'clock. Ella, 28th, 1:30. Eric, 28th, 1:45. Brandon, the 28th at 2 o'clock. John, the 5th at 1 o'clock. Joseph, the 5th at 1:15. Andrea, 5th at 1:30. Elizabeth, the 5th at 1:45. Julia, 5th at 2 o'clock. And Jackson, the 5th at 2:15. Are we good?
Yeah.
We're good.
All right, that's awesome. So now you don't have to do that sign up mess because that's just craziness. All right. I'll do that with the others. Okay, now, this,
This guy.
yes,
If we do it on campus, can we do it in your classroom?
yes.
Okay.
Do you want to do it standing there in front of this camera and doing it? You could. So you know like where Julia's sitting right now? Everybody, Julia, raise your hand. Thank you, yes. All right. So what we can do is make that the designated speaker place. You will need to stand there and I can get a podium. So if you want me to get a podium for you, I can do that. Do you want a podium?
Sure.
All right, I'll bring in a podium. There should be one actually on the floor. Do you guys see one in the front of the room on the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, let's just kind of play with it right now. Julia, do you mind to sit another place, but not in front? Is there another seat available for you? Oh, good, okay. And then could I have somebody move the podium right where her computer was? Will somebody do that? Excellent. All right, yep, around. Now we need to get rid of that chair, so somebody move the chair. Thank you. Okay, cool. Nice. Somebody want to sit behind the podium? I mean, stand there?
Can you see me? I'm short.
Oh, actually, it won't matter because it'll be a bit at an angle, so yes. And I've been known to actually stand on stools because I do. but it's awful. I hate doing that. All right, Brandon, go ahead and stand there again for a moment. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually, this is excellent. We're going to ask Brandon to be our model, okay? So that everybody can see. I know, nicely done. Brandon, don't leave. All right. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to face your classmates. So let's turn and come on the other side of the podium. Oh, very nice. All right. So are most of you over there? Okay, yeah. Don't worry about, just worry about your audience. Okay, well, that I don't need. All right. Now, Brandon, I want, oh, fingertip touch, nice. Don't do, no fig leaf. No, 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 no. Unclasp your hands, good. All right. So what I want you to do is to be our model for how to stand behind a podium, all right? So you are going to stand equally on both legs. Don't shift one to the other, all right? And do you have any loose pieces of paper that you can put there in front of you? Oh, excellent. All right. Now, what you're going to want to do is to slide your paper from one side of the podium to the other side. Quietly. Is he flipping it or is he just sliding it? He's doing a very nice slide, isn't he? Yes, never flip your pages, never staple, just slide over. Look at him, he's doing it again. Look at that, he's loving this. All right, good. Okay, next, I want you to, since we're going to talk about language, by any chance, you have your fable right there on that little piece of notepad?
No, but I know the title of it.
All right. Can you retell the fable in your own words?
It was the boy in the nettle.
Okay, stop. Stop. Okay, do you see how you're leaning on the podium?
Yep.
Uh,
I was trying to remember. I'm not prepared yet, so.
I know, but you're such a good sport. You're awesome for doing this. This is exactly what we need to do. Okay, so, but what you're all learning while we are coaching him is that this is really kind of fun. He's having a good time. All right, don't hold on to the podium. Correct. All right. Now, I want you to tell your classmates. Oh, you flipped a page. Don't flip a page.
It's like wobbly, and I want to fix it.
Yeah, you'll want to do that before your speech begins. That's a good thing you always check. All right, so now pick 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 12 o'clock positions of people. Everybody look at those people. 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. Good, good. Okay, well, the other side too, good. All right. Now you want to make sure that as you are speaking that you are bringing everybody into your speech. Don't just look at me or one person, all right? That's going to be good eye contact. The other thing you're going to want to do is to use your hands. So I'm not going to say another word. I'm going to let you retell your fable in your own words, and then we are going to give you, we class, we are in, we're going to identify what you do really, really well, and maybe an opportunity or two. All right, go ahead and begin.
All right. Give me a second. I'm just trying to remember it real quick. So my story was a boy in the nettle, and a boy was out in the field, and he grabbed the nettle. He touched it softly at first, but the nettle stung him. So he went back to his mom.
Stop, 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 stop. All right, this is awesome. Now, you had 2 opportunities for hand gestures.
Stung.
Touched it softly, the nettles softly, just kind of grab them softly. Okay, I want you to now use some gesturing. All right, go.
He touched it softly. So he touched the nettle softly. When he touched the nettle softly, it stung him. Once the nettle stung him, he ran back to his mother. He cried to his mother, "The nettle stung me." His
Okay.
mother looked at
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He goes running back to his mom. He's crying. Wah.
Okay, so more hand gestures.
Yes, body language, all of it.
Okay. I'm still trying to remember the story, so now, okay. Alright,
You
so he
do
goes
it.
to his mother's house, crying, tears all in his eyes, finger hurting, and he looks at his mother. "The nettle stung me." She looks at him, she looks at his finger, and she says, "It's because you touched it softly." "Why did you touch it so softly?" He told her that he didn't want to be stung by the nettle. She looked at him and she said, "Grab it firmly and it will not sting you. If you do stuff to your fullest potential, then the outcome will be greater than the fear itself." Like that.
Actually, when you got into it, you did great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Awesome. Okay, take a seat. All right. So that wasn't so bad, was it?
No, not too bad. I had to try and remember and get into the story a little bit more, but
Yeah, that's why we have to rehearse, and that's why I will give you feedback, and you'll be able to take that feedback. And remember, your stage directions don't have to just be at the top of the page. You can put a stage direction inside your speech. So right where it says in your outline, you could go in parentheses, lift your hand up easy or softly, or make a soft fist. Okay, so you give stage directions in parentheses in your speech to remind you of the things that you want to do. But you did great. You were working your audience. You were looking at everybody. You had your good gestures. That was excellent. That was absolutely excellent. Okay, because remember, we're working on delivery. Remember, that's the 20 points out of 50 points. So really make it animated. All right, come on, somebody else jump up and do it.
Oh. No, I'm good. Whatever.
Thank you.
Okay. Now I really know. Okay, are you just gonna jump right into it?
I'm sorry?
You're just jumping right into it?
Well, yeah, that's good. You can do it that way.
Oh, now I have to remember my things.
yes.
Okay. Okay. My fable was the ant and the dove, and the story starts off with the ant is drowning in a river, about to die. This dove comes, lays a little leaf right in the river, so the ant can crawl up onto the leaf, crawls out, it's alive, it's safe. And then later on in the day, the ant sees the dove being hunted by a hunter. He set up a trap with his favorite snacks. So the ant goes to the hunter and stings him right in the foot. So the hunter misses his shot, and the dove flies off and they're all safe, and they look.
Good job. Now, let me give you a little bit of feedback. Almost all of us tend to teach or speak to one side of a room more than another. All right?
Okay.
So you were looking at Brandon's side of the room more than the poor little Eric on the other side. Eric, were you feeling left out? Eric?
No.
Okay. So yeah, you got to make sure that you work all of your audience. Okay. That was good. But you did great hand gestures. Those were awesome. So well done. Yay. Okay. Something else that you did really good is, and this is something you guys can all be thinking about, is how do you work through your nervousness? How do you get all of the flutters out of you? All right. Well, don't do it at the podium. You do it before you get to the podium. So just as you were kind of, like feeling, doing that, getting loose, that's great. That's what you would do off stage, in the hallway, in the bathroom, someplace before you come in. All right? In fact, we don't want people to adjust your fly, adjust your bra straps. We don't want to, pull your clothes up or down or any of those things when you're walking to the podium or when you're at the podium. Think of it as a stage. So when you are walking on, you are on camera. All right? Everybody's looking at you, so you don't want to be adjusting your clothes, etc. All right? But try and work out some of those nerves out in the hallway or off camera before anybody sees. Okay, who would like to try next?
I feel like my table's really long.
So can you shorten it? Can you try to tell it right now in a shorter version? Because if it's too long, if it's really long, it's probably too long.
Yeah.
Come try. And maybe your classmates can give you some suggestions for shortening it.
My table is a Christmas Carol, and I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with the Christmas Carol about Scrooge, like bitter man who hates Christmas because of his past, and he doesn't like this, like joy and all that other stuff. His coworker died, and Scrooge was very sad about this. But he was visited by this coworker one night, saying that he's being visited by 3 ghosts, and that these ghosts were going to basically teach him a lesson on how to be less bitter towards the world. So the first night, the first ghost of Christmas past comes and shows him all the wrong he did in the past and why he became the person he was, and also some of the good things that happened in his past. So that was really when Scrooge started to break down, because he started to realize why things were the way they were. And then the second ghost, in the version I watched, it was on Hulu, was his sister, because his sister had just passed away. And so his sister came to visit him, and she basically told him, you need to realize, like, the things that are going good in the world right now, like my son comes and invites you to dinner every year, and you always find him. And so, and then we always, poor Timmy, crippled. He starts to think a lot about him, and that makes him feel bad. And so the last ghost is the ghost of Christmas future, and that basically shows him that if he keeps being bitter, he's gonna basically die. So the lesson is, don't focus on the past too much. Try to be happy. That's why.
It's way too long.
That is.
All right, don't go away. go away, because I want you to stand there, because you did some things that I want to help point out for you and others. So Ella, what you'll need to do is avoid so many ums. That's going to shorten it. And part of that is your filler, because you're trying to remember. So when you actually do it, you'll be far more familiar. So that'll be taken care of. But try not to get into too much of moralistic explanations, and that'll shorten it as well. So just say the ghost of the past, and you were doing your gestures, which was great. The first, the second, that was excellent, talking about the ghost. But just shorten it down, just say the first ghost came and told you all about the past, the second, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. Now, hold on. You have a tendency to do just what you did right now. Look at your feet. Yeah. Look down at your feet. What did you do?
Huh?
What are your feet doing? What's going on with your ankles?
My bad.
Well, that's why you're in this class, all right? So crossing your ankles actually looks like you have to go pee, all right? It doesn't matter if you don't have to. It's just that's what it looks like. Somebody out there in TV coaching land has been telling women announcers, especially on sports programs, to cross their ankles. Whoever is that coach, I want to slap, all right? Don't do that. What you want to do is when you look down at your feet should be about 2 inches away from each other. You don't want them side by side, because then you're going to sway and swing. You just want them just down so that you look at them and they're about 2 or 3, actually for me about 4 or 5 inches apart, and that gives you a really nice strong base. All right. And then if you want to move 1 foot over to talk, you can, and then you come back. All right. But when you do the crossover, that puts into what chapter, and this is what I want to talk about, 13, is the difference between being powerful and powerless. Okay. Now, I want you to keep details, but to shorten how many of the details, because your details are awesome. Okay. So don't lose sight of that. All right. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right, so I only have about 10 more minutes, so I want you to open up your textbooks to chapter 13, actually your resource guide to chapter 13, because there's a couple of really important elements in here. And one of these, Ella, is going to help you. If you look over at chapter 13, 1.2, it talks about how oral and written language is so different. And one of the ways to make it different is to shorten your sentences in the spoken word. Shorter sentences are more impactful, all right? And you're going to use less variety of words. It's not that you're dumbing down. It's just that you are recognizing that you are speaking to a group of college students, but you're not speaking to a bunch of PhD students. So you want to speak at the language of your audience. I also want you to jump over to, there's a really important section, let me find it. Table 13.3. So scroll down to table 13.3. These are oftentimes not only what you say, but how you say them. So there's a section there that says, here's examples of 3 powerful ways to say something. So this is what you really want to use in your conclusion. You want to use powerful language and delivery style at the very end. All right. So it could be, asking a very direct question, or giving a very direct statement. You can bargain, like if you vote for me, if you agree on this ballot, if you accept the pledge that's been challenged before you, all of those kinds of things. Those are direct. And then you're also, another type is called ingratiation. But really what you're doing is you are calling your audience smart. So you are appealing to their intellect and that they know they're smart. All right. So you're going to do some techniques like that. But be careful about hesitations. Another one is called tag questions. And a tag question is when you make a statement, but it sounds like you're actually making a question. Do you see how my voice, even though if I was to be writing this, it would be a period, but it sounds like it would have a question mark after it? Do you see what I'm doing? That is a technique that unfortunately people are using a lot. And that discounts your credibility because it sounds like you're not sure of what you're saying. So try to avoid things that are going to sound like you are, not too sure of yourself. They call verbal surrogates are what I call basically those ums and uhs and ahs, so don't use those. And then I want you to scroll back to a very important section, and this one is tough because I still screw it up. All right, section 2.3 talks about inclusive language. As a person with a degree in English who used to teach English, I used to go crazy having subjects and pronouns, or nouns and pronouns, agree. So if the person's name is clearly, and this is where it gets iffy, clearly female, my expectation would be that the pronouns would be clearly female as well, as in her and she. That doesn't apply anymore. And I know that English teachers are struggling with it as well as communication coaches are. It is better to say they or them rather than trying to be gender specific. So if you're talking in a singular about a particular person and you switch to a plural pronoun, I'm not going to go crazy. In fact, I'm probably going to say, well, I wish I could do that, right? Because I'm struggling with that. I'm old. Still, I need to accomplish this. And the reason is because as we are trying to be respectful and inclusive of people, we want to be sensitive that we are referring to them by the pronouns that they are asking to be used, right? So keep that in mind. Another thing that I tend to do, which I'm still working on, is I will say you guys. All right, how are you guys today? It's not inclusive. Yes, question.
Oh no, I was just like, good.
Yeah, okay, you are good. Yay! All right, but what I should say is, all right, how are all of you doing today? I don't need to put in a guys or gals. I could say people, but I don't need to put in a gender attachment to a concept that marginalizes or excludes others. So keep that in mind. And things like if you're talking about a story with an encounter and a fire person, don't say fireman, all right? Or a policeman, say police officer. Instead, we say firefighters, all right? So keep that in mind to try and avoid what is known as sexist language as well as non-inclusive language. All right, what questions do you have for me? I'm going to teach you my last technique. All right, there is a TED Talk by Dr. Amy Cuddy at Harvard University, who did significant research in neurolinguistic behavior. And you do a TED Talk search, you'll find it's fake it till you make it, all right? But she says to actually fake it till you become it, because there's actually chemical changes to your body when you strike a powerful pose. This is Wonder Woman. Ta-da! Can you see? I'm short. All right, this is Wonder Woman. This is a power pose. My legs are slightly ajar. My arms are on my hips. Another power pose is I did it. I'm in charge. Arms up. I made it. I'm a success. I'm good. Whatever it is. Open. Expansive. So one technique is to literally go into the bathroom stall, and before you go on a job interview, deliver a speech, or for me, before I go in and meet with a client, I am locked in that space doing my power pose, doing positive self-talk. Kathy, you got this. Kathy, you're good. You got this. You know this. You've done your research. You know what you're talking about. You are the expert in the room. Work your audience. Have some fun with them. Talk with the different people. Feel good about it. Think about that last speech you did where you nailed it. All right? Now, I am actually doing this silently to myself so that people don't come in and wonder. All right? But it still works. I did this before I went on a client over talking to the executive board for the Scotland Health out in wherever that place is, way out there. And I mean, I was so nervous about getting this client job, but I did it. I pulled it off, and I did that power posing and that positive self-talk, and that I've got this. So I'm pumping myself up, all right? That is a technique to help you. So if you need some techniques, and there are quite a few in Moodle for you to read and videos to watch, and look at the TED Talk by Amy Cuddy, C-U-D-D-Y, and you guys are going to be great. All right, we got a plan. So if you are not scheduled to present on Monday, you have a pass. You do not have to come. Unless you want to sign in and watch the delivery of the student, because it's all going to be on same collaborate, yeah. So if you want to tune in, you can. Just make sure your audio is off and you never disturb a speaker. All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you. That was fun today. Bye.
I actually have a question.